Right now, while most people are scrolling, working, or sleeping, something massive is quietly building inside the U.S. banking system. This isn't hype. This isn't theory. This is real pressure, real risk, and real money. And it's tied to one metal that Wall Street doesn't want you focusing on: silver. What you're about to hear explains why U.S. banks are trapped, why this situation is bigger than 2008, and why once this story fully breaks, the average person will wish they paid attention sooner. Stay with me, because the next few minutes could completely change how you see the financial system. Back in 2008, banks were crushed by bad mortgages and toxic debt. Everyone saw the collapse after it happened. But this time is different. This time, the risk isn't sitting on Main Street. It's buried deep inside balance sheets, derivatives, and paper contracts tied to silver. And the scary part is that almost nobody is talking about it on mainstream media. That silence should concern you. Before we go deeper, if you want clear, honest breakdowns of what's really happening with money, markets, and power, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the WISE Investors. It helps the channel grow, and make sure you don't miss what comes next, because these stories are only getting bigger from here. Now let's talk about silver, because silver isn't just another metal. It's money, it's an industrial lifeline, and it's one of the most heavily manipulated assets in history. For decades, U.S. banks have treated silver like a game. They sold massive amounts of paper silver contracts, far more than the actual physical silver that exists. This worked as long as people trusted the paper and didn't ask for real metal. But that trust is starting to crack. Imagine this like a bank run, but instead of people lining up for cash, it's investors, industries, and even governments demanding physical silver. Solar panels, electric vehicles, medical tech, defense systems, all of them depend on silver. Demand is rising fast, while supply is tight and getting tighter. Mines aren't producing enough, recycling can't fill the gap, and new discoveries take years. Yet banks are still sitting on mountains of paper promises. Here's where it gets dangerous. U.S. banks, especially the biggest ones, are deeply involved in silver derivatives. They are short massive amounts of silver, meaning they've promised to deliver silver at prices that no longer reflect reality. As long as silver prices stay controlled, they survive. But if silver breaks free, if prices surge, those losses explode instantly. Not slowly, not over years. Instantly. In 2008, banks had time to hide, merge, and get bailed out. Today, the system is far more fragile. Interest rates are high, debt is massive, and confidence is thin. Banks are already under pressure from commercial real estate losses, bond losses, and shrinking deposits. Silver is not the only problem, but it could be the spark that lights everything else. What makes this situation bigger than 2008 is how interconnected everything is now. Silver isn't isolated. It's tied to the dollar, to energy, to technology, and to national security. If silver shortages worsen, industries slow down. If industries slow down, earnings drop. If earnings drop, markets react. And when markets react, banks feel it immediately. Another critical piece most people miss is trust. The financial system runs on trust. Trust that contracts will be honored. Trust that prices are real. Trust that banks are solvent. When people start questioning whether paper silver actually represents real metal, that trust erodes. And once trust breaks, it spreads fast. We're already seeing warning signs. Physical silver premiums are rising. Deliveries are getting delayed. Inventories are shrinking. Meanwhile, paper markets still act like nothing is wrong. That gap between paper and physical is the pressure point. That's where things snap. Think about this. If even a small percentage of paper silver holders demand physical delivery, the system can't handle it. There simply isn't enough silver. Banks would be forced to buy at any price, pushing silver higher and higher, creating a feedback loop they can't escape. Losses would pile up. Liquidity would dry up. And suddenly, it's not just a silver problem anymore. This is why some analysts say silver is the Achilles heel of the financial system. Gold gets the headlines, but silver is used everywhere. You can't replace it easily. You can't print it. And you can't fake physical shortages forever. Now, compare this to 2008. Back then, Governments stepped in with bailouts and money printing. Today, inflation is already a problem. Printing more money risks destroying what little confidence remains in the dollar. That limits how much rescue is possible. The tools are weaker. The room to maneuver is smaller. This is also happening at a time when global power is shifting. Countries are reducing reliance on the dollar. Trade is changing. Energy markets are unstable. In that environment, a silver crisis doesn't stay local. It goes global. At the WISE Investors, we focus on signals, not noise. And the signal here is clear. Something is stressed. Something is breaking. And silver is sitting right at the center of it. Now let me be clear. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. People who understand systems early don't panic. They prepare. They watch. They think long-term. The people who get hurt are the ones who assume everything will stay normal forever. If you've watched this far, you already know this story matters. And I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think silver will expose the cracks in the banking system? Or do you think banks can keep controlling it? Drop your opinion in the comments below, because these discussions help everyone see different angles. And if you found this breakdown valuable, share this video with someone who still believes the system is perfectly safe. Sometimes, one conversation is all it takes to change how someone sees money forever. We're entering a period where truth matters more than comfort, where understanding beats optimism, and where those who pay attention early are the ones who stay ahead. Stay sharp, stay curious, and stay connected with the WISE Investors.